Hello all, I hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Reggie and today I'll be sharing a review for you on Walk on Earth, a Stranger by Rae Carson. I read this book a couple of months ago and I absolutely loved it and I was like, yes, I'm going to review this. And then I got in this like kind of review-y slump and I haven't reviewed anything in a while. So I'm back to reviews. I'm going to be reviewing a couple of things, catching up. So I'm sorry if there are a lot of reviews in the future, but I love reviews, so I hope you do too. And I absolutely loved this book so much. So let's start off with a synopsis. Walk on Earth, a Stranger follows Leah Westfall, a teenage girl living in the South in 1849. Leah has a lovely family, she has a great friend, and she has a little superpower. She can sense gold. In the height of the gold rush, this seems like a power that could solve any of her problems, but Leah quickly discovers that is not the case. In fact, it causes more problems than ever for Leah, as her evil uncle murders her parents and forces Leah to flee disguised as a boy. Leah leaves everything she knows behind for the hope of opportunity and freedom and maybe even some gold in California. So to me, when I read the summary for this book, it just jumped off the page as engaging. I was so excited for this book before I had ever read any of Rae Carson's other books. Since I grew up in California, it also reminded me a lot of my like 4th grade history class, because like state history, a huge part for us was the gold rush. So I was super interested in this story and really excited to get into it. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. I am a huge Rae Carson fan. In fact, this book solidified that she is one of my favorite authors. I love so much of what she did in this book. For starters, her writing is fabulous. Rae Carson is so good at creating imagery and emotions and making you feel like you're on that journey too, and I absolutely love that. Her world building is also so uniquely simple yet effective. I never felt like a world was being built, yet one was. This is not as fantasy as her other series. This is definitely a historical fiction with some fantasy elements thrown in, but this is a historical fiction world that not a lot of people know. Most of us know what the gold rush is, but very few of us have any kind of extensive knowledge about it. So there was still a sense of need to build that world and explain things as the story progressed, but it never felt like a world was being built. It never felt info-dumpy. It never felt informative. It just came along very naturally, and that is something Rae Carson does very well and something I love about her. As I've mentioned already in this video, I do have a little background with knowledge of the California gold rush because it was a huge part of my like elementary history curriculum. That being said, I don't know everything about the gold rush, but from what I do know, Rae Carson did her homework and she really played this world out well and accurate. She did a really good job at portraying how hard and pricey and potentially fatal it is to get from anywhere in the country during this time to California for the gold rush, and how many struggles there are along the way, as well as portraying how many people still really wanted to go after this for various reasons. She included struggles that come along the way, such as illness and childbearing. She touches on Native Americans and all things that were huge issues as these people tried to make their way to California for the gold rush. She doesn't brush over little topics, which is something, again, that I believe Rae Carson does very well. So the next part I'm going to mention is slightly spoilery. In my opinion, I think this is something that a lot of people would be interested in hearing about, and I don't believe it's too spoilery. I would want to know about this going into the story, but if you don't want to know anything about the story, go ahead and mute the screen. I will go ahead and put a picture for you, and when it is down, you can go ahead and unmute. But one thing I absolutely adored about this book was Rae Carson included Leah getting her period. She is currently motherless, she is traipsing across the country, she is scared and she is alone, and most of all, she is disguised as a boy. This will blow her cover. She has no idea what to do. She has to figure this out on her own. She knows what her period is, but it came a lot earlier than she had anticipated, and she had to problem solve and figure out how she was going to get through this. Rae Carson so beautifully walks the line between dealing with how this affects Leah emotionally with how she has to problem solve in order to get through this. And I feel like that both sides of those really have a heavy hand in developing Leah as a character. To me, this really highlights Leah's strengths as a character. It highlights her determination to keep going, to keep trying, and to do what she needs to do in order to survive and to make it through. It wasn't just that her period was mentioned, but it was that her period was used to progress her characterization and build her up into this great character that she becomes. She becomes a smart and wise and wonderful woman who can problem solve and can figure things out and can work through things. And all of those things are proven by the fact that she has her period and what she does after. I think that it's so great that Rae Carson doesn't just mention it. It isn't just a fleeting moment that we're like happy is there, but it also is used to build up Leah. I absolutely love that. One major thing Leah has to deal with throughout this entire novel is dealing with her own self-worth. She's disguised as a boy, and she doesn't know that when she gets to California, if she wants to remain disguised as a boy in order to keep working her way, if she wants to go back to being seen as a girl and wearing dresses, if that will interfere with her being able to get gold and freedom and the life she expects and wants. The story begins with a tragedy that affects Leah so much that she has to disguise herself, flee from her home, head west on a journey that could possibly kill her in order to find freedom. And now she has to figure out what that freedom means to her and how she fits into the bigger picture of what she wants her life to be. Throughout the book, Leah provides labor in order to work her way across the country, and if she reverts back to being a girl, the people in this time period aren't going to hire her. She's not going to have the same position she has found herself in as she's worked her way across the nation. And she's newly parentless. She is trying to figure out so many things at once, including what she wants from her life. And I think seeing her work through this is such a rich plot point, and seeing both sides to it are very rooted in the history of this time period and what the times would have expected of her. Overall, I was once again wowed by Rae Carson and her immense storytelling abilities, by her unique and wonderful and rich themes. I was wowed by her strong yet vulnerable characters, and like I said earlier in this video, this really solidified that Rae Carson is definitely one of my favorite authors. I gave this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I'm highly anticipating the sequel. This is going to be a trilogy, and I'm very excited to see where it continues. I highly recommend you pick up this book if you are interested in something just a little bit different. I think many of you would really enjoy this one. And that is all for my review. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know, have you read this book or anything by Rae Carson, or are you interested in reading this book? I'd love to chat about it in the comments down below. So if you have any questions about it as well, go ahead and let me know and we can discuss it in the comments. If you haven't already, I would also really appreciate if you subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!